Hello everyone, I'm Hamid and I came back with another chapter of the book Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. Today we want to talk about chapter 4 and I hope that so far you had a chance to watch earlier videos. But before I want to start my chapter 4, I want to talk about my personal experience with this book. I love this book for some reasons. The first reason, because I say maybe the only reason, is because this book just tries to invite you to look inward. All the answers, all the powers that you're looking for in your life to just take a control of your life, take a control of your destiny, take a control of your dreams are inside of you. It's not outside. So see yourself as a dark room that there are some boxes inside and there's no light. And people, before you start to go inside to look at these boxes or look at this room, people tells you that we're gonna warn you. Before you start, you need to know that everything that you find in this room gonna surprise you, gonna amuse you. So this is how you see yourself when you read this book. It looks like you go inside of the dark room, you go inside of yourself, and you just find boxes and you open them like a gift. And you just find something new, brand new information and brand new power. And so, oh my God, I have this power I can use for this one. Oh, I have this power I can use for another stuff. So this is so amazing that each chapter that you finish, you learn something, just brand new information. That's the reason that I like this book, because this book is different with other books. I read different books about self-growth from different people, from different topics, from different backgrounds. And after reading for a while, I realized that this information that I'm getting are getting very similar to each other. They're just talking about some similar ideas. But this book gives you some brand new information and tells you every time just surprise you and amuse you the way it has. This is so amazing and I love this book, and I hope that you have a chance to read this book. If you don't have time, if you're not a person that likes to read books, you can just try these chapters or these episodes that I'm creating for you. So these videos that I'm creating right now is a valuable gift, first for myself and then for you, for those of you that loves to read this book but don't have a time. So let's continue on this chapter 4. So chapter 4 talking about belief system, the power to create and the power to destroy. The choice is yours. We talked about this idea before, that what shaped our destiny. Events, external worlds, circumstances are not able to change our life or shape our life unless we give them power. The only thing that can shape our life, the only thing that tells us who we are and who we will become is our destination, is our decision about those. The way that we interpret those events, the way that we give them meaning. Those are factors that affect our shape our destiny and shape our life. I'm going to give you an example which I got from this book, and it's a very beautiful example. There was a guy that spent most of his life in jail. He was addicted and he was stealing from people, and he had 2 kids, 2 sons, and these 2 sons had different way of living. The first one just went the same way that dad went before. He was stealing from people, he was addicted. But the other one changed his life and he decided to go to school, finish his school, and then find a good job, start a family, and have a decent job and has a very decent life. So when the reporter asked questions from both of them, I said, okay, what was the reason that you've chosen this path? They both give the reporter the same answer. They said, what would I do with this father that I had? That's amazing, that's beautiful. So realize that things and circumstances and events that happened to their life was the same. They had the same dad, they had the same situation of life. But these 2 had different opinion, have different way of thinking. They just interpret those things totally different. One decided to continue on his dad, one decided to give up on his destiny and tell myself, you know what, because my dad went this way, so it means that I am going to this way. But the other one said, nope, this is not my way. I'm not going to go this way. I choose my life, I choose my choices, and I'm gonna tell which way I'm gonna go. I'm gonna give things different meaning. And he did it, and he changed his life. So let's say back to this question, this basic question: what are beliefs, and what are they designed for? So beliefs, believe it or not, are just ideas. Yeah, you might say, okay, we have lots of ideas, but we don't consider them as a belief. Yes, but if you add some reference and also emotions, if you add these three together, imagine that belief, you're a cook right now, you're a chef, and you have three ingredients. When you mix these together, you're gonna make belief. So you have idea, a thought, as Abraham said, that belief is a thought that we keep thinking about them. And you just have this idea, put on the pan, and also add some references, which I'm going to explain you more what's that. And then you put some emotion on that, your emotional intensity. That's important too. When you mix them all together, you're going to have belief. And belief is a sense of certainty. When you say, I believe I'm intelligent, you said, I feel certain that I'm intelligent. And what factor drives beliefs? Beliefs are driven by the identification of similar patterns, or the word that Tony Robbins used, generalization. So you feel certain that this is true and this is wrong, or this is what it is. I am smart, I'm intelligent, I'm stupid, or this and that. And these are all coming from, and your belief system, which is like a guiding force and telling you what actions you do, or who you are, or where you're gonna go, or what's gonna be your life looks like. And all this guiding force, or this belief system, are coming from our generalization, just coming from our past. So you had some experiences. Let's talk this way. Let's just give. I want to give you some examples, so make it more clarity. Just give you some clarity. So you know that brain likes to save energy, likes to be on the autopilot most of the time, because brain doesn't like to lose energy and come to the point that, okay, I don't have energy, or now it's time to die, because brain is very sensitive with lack of energy. So they just try to make sure that all the time we're saving energy. So that's the reason that brain likes to put itself on the autopilot and try to go with the routine, which there's nothing wrong with it. That's great. Like, imagine that you're driving. If you want to just have a conscious thinking, you're going, oh my God, now I need to just change the gear. I need to put my feet on the pedal. I just need to push the gas, Even though you're thinking about it, you just you're confused. But when you drive, you don't think about it, you just drive. Or when you open the door, or when you open the jar, or you just, all these simple activities that you do, you just go with the routine. So you know that if you want to open the bottle of the jar, you need to just open this way. You don't go the other way, because your brain just used similar patterns, because before you had this experience, or you watched from someone did this way, so you did it this way. So these are good things for us. But not just for everything, not for every task. For simple tasks, yeah, that's great that I'm using simplification or using generalization to just use my old pattern to just go ahead and just continue on that one. But for complex tasks, this generalization could be hurtful, could be harmful. Means that, they can give you some limiting beliefs. Imagine that you try something, you try to take an exam, or you just try to take a test, and then you fail, and then you try again, you fail, and then you try again and you fail. And then after a while, your brain said, you know what, because based on your past experience, means that you cannot do that. It means that you're stupid. So this is the problem. So having belief, first of all, is not a problem. Having a simplification or having generalization, there is no problem. The problem is starting with the point that we start to have some limiting beliefs. Those beliefs that we just created from nowhere by brain's autopilot mode, and then just stop us from growing to just expanding. I think so far we got the point about this idea about that. So we have idea, we have references, and we have emotions. And belief is a sense of certainty, that I'm certain that I'm able to do this, or I'm certain that I cannot do this. And the root of all these coming from our past experiences. So for those that, you're capable and you believe that you're a smart person, you're intelligent, that's great. It means that you can expand more. But for those beliefs that are just destroying you, or just limit your actions and limit your ability, those are problems which we need to work on them. We need to first recognize them and then try to change them, which we're going to explain more. Let's have a better idea about belief. Let's just talk more about belief. I just kind of used a demonstration that Tony Robbins used in his book as a tabletop. He considered belief as a tabletop. And if you see, this is belief and this is the tabletop. I hope that you like my drawing. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at drawing. And this is another belief, So this tabletop has 4 legs to stand. So imagine this is your belief. This is the sense of certainty. You said, I'm certain that I'm smart. How does it come from? Where does it come from? Have you ever thought about that when you have some beliefs? Where do these information come from? How do you how you are certain that you're able to do this, or you're smart, or you're intelligent? So we call these 4 legs as the references. You remember that we said ideas and references and emotions gonna mix together, and then we're gonna create beliefs. So references, I just put some examples. Okay, let's say I believe that I'm smart. So how did I get it? Because people tell me I'm smart. Because there was some incidents in my life that happened and I did some really phenomenal things in my life, and people say, oh my God, dude, you're so smart. Or I got promoted faster than my colleagues. I was at work and I got promoted. Some people, they were in the business for like 5 years, but I was there for 1 year and I got promoted that they were looking for. So then I realized, okay, I'm smart. Then the other one is that when I was in school, I've got lots of A+ in the school, and all my scores were A+. And my 4th leg, which my 4th reference, said that my teacher called me smart. When I was in school, my teacher always called me, dude, you're so smart. You have a bright future. So based on these 4, I realized that, okay, I created this tabletop, or I created these beliefs. So this is how belief is created in you, by helping of the references. You use the references, which most of the sources coming from our personal experience or past experiences. Based on those past experiences, we come to this point that we realize that, okay, I'm smart, I'm intelligent, I'm stupid, or I'm able to do this, or I'm able to do that, or I can take care of this task, I can take care of this problem, I can take care of that problem. And you can use for the negative part too. For example, I said, okay, I'm ugly. And for 1 leg could be because people just like make fun of my face. Some people make fun of my nose. Some people try to, they were mean and try to hurt me. And the other reason, because I applied for some beauty competition, but I lost the competition. And so see, imagine that you can find these legs for yourself. And these sources could be personal experiences, could be books, could be people, and most importantly, could be imagination. You can use imagination as a source to reference your idea. This one was idea, okay? First there was idea, there was a thought. You created 4 legs for that, and then you just make it belief. Okay, idea plus references plus emotions, belief created. Well done. Positive or negative, up to you. So being true or not true, like for example, when I say I'm intelligent, if someone says, okay, it doesn't matter that this is true or wrong, this is true or false, this is right or wrong, it just doesn't matter. The only thing that matters about belief is that are they empower us or disempower us? If I say I'm smart, if I believe that, or if I feel certain that I'm smart, does it empower me or disempower me? Does it create something or does it destroy something? So this is the only thing that matters, is that this belief that you have in your mind, you have in yourself, that does empower you or does this empower you? This is a very important lesson to know about that. Let's continue on this part. Think of great achievers. Those people that they created something that nobody believed. Like those people that, they created, they fly. Those people that they started to walk on the narrow rope on the like a 10 feet or 12 feet or maybe higher. Like those people that they did something totally brand new that all people around them called them, oh my God, this is impossible. Those great achievers, they built their own references. How? By using imagination. That's the reason that I just did this imagination different. You can use it, doesn't matter. Brain believes both of them. You can't trick your brain. Brain cannot recognize a vivid image in your mind and a real experience. So you can create it, fake it to make it. Create your own references. So you realize that if you want to have a belief, and a belief that works for you, you need to start with references. You need to look for references. Okay, if I want to call myself a smart, I need to find references. Okay, you can just search on your personal experience. If you don't have personal experience, that's okay. Imagine, use your imagination. This is what great achievers they do. They did this way, and with this way they create these legs for themselves. They create these legs for this tabletop, and then they created belief system, and that belief system helped them to just achieve everything that they want. This is the same story with optimists and pessimists. There were some studies that they realized that optimist people, they can solve problem better than pessimist people. Why? Because optimist people, they ignored all these negative references. For example, there was, okay, you're not able to do it. You're not smart. You're stupid. There are smarter people than you. They just ignore that. Okay, I don't believe that this. Okay, I'm going to create my own. Optimist people, they do this way. They just create their own references by their imagination, by books, by other people, or anything. They create it there for themselves, and then they could just have this belief that, okay, I'm capable of taking care of this problem. But the pessimist people, they just continue on negative part. Okay, it's negative. Oh, I'm not able, I'm not capable, or I'm not in the mood, or I cannot do this one. People call me stupid, or I'm not smart enough to take care of this tackle. So then what's going to happen? You're going to be pessimist and you're going to be loser. So that's the story about optimists, and all coming from the references so far. And we come to this point and realize that, okay, how we created belief in our mind with all this story that we talked. But now we just came to this point that, okay, we realize that some beliefs are limiting us, some beliefs are expanding us. So now we realize that, okay, I want to if I want to grow, if I want to expand, if I want to have a self-growth, I need to get rid of these limiting beliefs and create more positive beliefs. How can I do it? How can I change them? The way that you can use the same story that we had last chapter. Use your pain and pleasure on your old and new beliefs. What does it mean? So all old beliefs that you have, and you know that they are limiting, or say you, for example, okay, I'm stupid, I'm not able to take care of that one. Put all your pain link your pain to massive pain on that old beliefs, and create new one. Create new legs for yourself, and just put your pleasure on that. You say, you know what? I'm smart. I'm great. I'm great at tackling problems. I'm resourceful. I'm able to do anything I want. I'm able to be a CEO of this company. I'm able to do that one. So just try to create them and put pleasure on that. Get the pleasure, get the emotion. Oh my God, I feel confident. I'm able to take care of any problems that I have. This is beautiful. This is amazing. This is awakening. You're awakening your giant inside of yourself. You just awaken, you know what, just get out of this body and just try to conquer the world. Just get everything you want. This is amazing, guys. It's amazing. And the other one, especially for negative one, create doubt. Doubt your belief. Your belief is just idea, which you put some references, which, you're not sure that even your references are right references. Could be from people, because one time people called you're stupid. You just, okay, I'm stupid, I cannot do anything. Doubt about that. Doubt the validity of the beliefs. Because if you don't doubt, that's the problem with the beliefs. Because we believe that this is what it is, or believe that I'm certain that I'm stupid or something, I don't change them, I don't question them. But if you create doubt, if you start to doubt your belief, you're gonna start shake these Legs, you know, these negative legs. Okay, I want to shake these legs. Okay, I'm just going to remove it, remove it. Just remove this table, so remove these legs from the tabletop and put a new one. Doubt. Doubt your old beliefs. Doubt those limiting beliefs. And Tony Robbins mentioned about three categories about beliefs. He said he categorized beliefs in three names called opinion, belief, and conviction. They're different together. So opinion means that you have some references, but for example, you have opinion about something, but you are not 100% sure that this is right. For example, say, my opinion, could be this way, or my opinion, this person is capable of doing that or doing that. But you're not 100% sure. You're not putting too much certainty behind your opinion. So that's the reason we call this opinion, and you can change them. For example, today your opinion about